everyone. Today I just want to speak about this amazing sacrifice that God has made for us in sending his son Jesus Christ to die for us on the cross. You know, the Passover holiday or feast was an 8-day holiday, and I want to speak into that number 8 and how it ties up with the communion elements and what it might mean for us today. 8 was significant in that there were 8 musical instruments represented in the temple services. There were 8 spices in the oil of ointment. There were 8 holy vestments that the high priest wore. There were also 8 poles that they used in terms of taking things into the temple. And there are a lot more things represented in the number 8 in that service. Why is it important to us to just take hold of that? Well, a sacrifice was made on the 8th day, and we know that Jewish boys are circumcised on the 8th day, after 7 days after their birth, that being the 8th, and that speaks about the circumcision of your heart. And so I think when we take communion, we are not circumcising our heart literally, but we're just getting before God and saying, Lord, thank you for all that you have done. Thank you for the sacrifice that you have made. And in the number 8, it represents new beginnings. And so every time you take communion, you're saying, thank you, Lord, that you have given me an opportunity to start over again. And that's so powerful. In fact, the number 8 also talks about a higher level. So 7 is the number for completeness. We know that God created heaven and earth, and he made it 6 days, and then on the 7th day he rested. So everything natural and here on earth in terms of 7 means completeness. And then there is an 8. And that's where communion comes in, that it's an 8-day holiday representing that we have an opportunity to go to a higher level beyond that which is natural and beyond that which is normal. And that's why communion and what Christ has done for us is so powerful. He died on the cross. He was risen again. He is now seated at the right hand of the Father, interceding for us, and he has made a way for us. In fact, the word sacrifice comes from a Hebrew root word meaning to draw close to. So God has sent his son that's given us an opportunity to draw close to him no matter what. So I know sometimes there are things that hinder us from drawing close to God. We might feel such guilt or shame from the sins we've committed or sins that we are in. And yet God has said, I've opened the way. I've given you an ability to draw close to me. And the word says that if we draw close to him, he will draw close to us. And so when we do that, when we take communion and we do it in remembrance of him, he's giving us a fresh start in 8. He's giving us a new beginning. And not only that, but he's saying you can come to a higher level. You can go to a level, a spiritual level, that which is beyond the natural and the normal. And that's the level that God is calling us to. So be encouraged when you take communion and think of all that Christ has done for you, enabling you for that new beginning and for a supernatural living here on earth.